नंदिनी शर्मा को को होस्ट बना दीजिए।
रोहित जी, हमारे जो आज के स्पीकर हैं उन्होंने पी गंगा शेट्टी के नाम से ज्वाइन किया है। उनको प्लीज को होस्ट बना दीजिए। Welcome to you, sir. We will be starting at 6:30 when near about 200 participants will join. So you can resume your work at 6:30.
Thank you, Nandini ji. You can see me?
Yes, sir, you are completely audible, visible. You
Yeah.
can share your PPT. Meanwhile, you can share your PPT and we can check if it's visible to all or not.
They can see now?
Yes, sir, completely visible. As soon as the participants will join, we'll start.
Okay, ठीक.
So we start at 6:35. So we'll start the session. So, good evening, everyone, to all the respected dignitaries, mentors, speakers, and the participants joining us from across the country and around the world. I am Nandini Sharma, Assistant Director HR at AgriMeet Foundation Bharat. Extend a warm welcome to everyone on the day 14 of International Winter School Bharat 2025. Each day of this global learning initiative adds a new dimension to our understanding of innovation, sustainability, and leadership in agriculture. So, about the Winter School, it is jointly organized by AgriMeet Foundation Bharat in UGC, MMTTC Jodhpur in collaboration with national and international universities and research institutions. This 30-day program embodies the theme boosting holistic agriculture through research, awareness, and training. It aims to empower students, researchers, and professionals with global insights in areas such as precision agriculture, biotechnology, AI applications, and climate smart innovations for food security and sustainability. So, I am very much honored to introduce our the speaker. That is none other than Dr. Prakash Ganga Shetty, sir, senior scientist at ICRISET and an internationally respected name in the field of pigeon pea breeding and crop improvement. Dr. Ganga Shetty is a pioneering researcher whose groundbreaking work in speed breeding protocol development has accelerated generation advancement and made it possible to deliver heat tolerant pigeon pea varieties to farmers in climate stressed regions. His farmer beautifully blends conventional breeding with modern molecular tools to enhance genetic gains and crop resilience. Sir has also made remarkable global contributions, especially in pearl millet improvement in Africa. Some of his best landmark achievements include the release of Africa's first FE biofortified millet variety, Chakti, and the continent's first single cross hybrid ICMH 1407, tailored for local agroecologies. These innovations have strengthened food security and climate resilience for smallholder farmers across semi arid regions. Dr. Ganga Shetty has supervised 18 PhD, 5 masters, and 6 postdoctoral researchers, contributing to the release of several improved cultivars through participatory breeding and multi-locational trials. His research in abiotic stress tolerance, especially heat and waterlogging, has significantly advanced breeding pipelines for dryland agriculture. His excellence has been recognized with many prestigious international awards, including the Monsanto Beechel Borlaug Fellowship, Bayer Ted Crosby Borlaug Impact Award, ICRISAT's Promising Young Scientist Award, and the Best Seed Scientist Award from the Seedsmen Association of Hyderabad. Along with his scientific achievement, he is deeply committed to capacity building, actively mentoring young scientists, and guiding the next generation of plant breeders. With utmost respect, we welcome you, sir. We are truly grateful and privileged to have you with us today. Thank you so much for being with us today. Over to you. The session is yours, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Nandini, for a nice introduction about myself. And also many thanks to Ankur, Dr. Ankur, for inviting me for this winter school presentations. So good evening, all the, I hope you can hear me properly, no?
Yes, sir, you are completely audible.
Yeah. Thank you, and good evening to all the participants who are joining this today's presentation. And before going to my presentation, I would like to congratulate Ankur for his wonderful contribution to this Community Agri-Meat Foundation and organizing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And before going to my presentation, today is a Children Day. Happy Children Day to all the participants who have kids. So my daughter just left me here now. Actually, sometimes she may come and disturb us in the middle. So apologies for that. So before going to my presentation here, so I'll be mainly delivering on pigeon pea breeding to deliver higher genetic gains, especially with respect to Atmanirbharta in pulses. So this special presentations today's mainly focuses on how that our breeding program at ICRISAT headquarters in India and also at the in Eastern Southern Africa will contribute to the mission for Atmanirbharta and pulses. This is one of the India's mission on pulse self-reliance mission. Mainly the objective is to reduce the pulse import, boost the farmers' income and secure the India's nutrition for, especially on protein. So we have very unbalanced diet for many of our young kids. So that this is the main objective, that one. The main focus for this Atmanirbharta and pulses is there are main 3 pulses, especially the tur or the arhar, we also call it as a pigeon pea. Second one is urad or the black gram, then masoor, the red lentil. So these 3 are the major focus for the country's Atmanirbharta pulses. And some of them have the expected target by 2030-31 is total area should be 310 lakh hectares. And production is around 35 million metric tons of metric tons, and average yield reached to around 1130 kg per hectare, that is 1.1 ton per hectare. On an average, now we are around 850 kg per hectare, and we may reach by 2030 around 1130 kg per hectare. So these are some of the scheme guidelines, also procurement policies and processing unit and price marketing. So my particularly on Pigeon P with focus to Atmanirbharta and pulses, I'll be delivering how we can achieve the genetic gain in these crops to deliver higher genetic gain on the crop. So as we all know, Pigeon P is one of the most important pulse crop of India, and almost we can call it as one of the very important pulse throughout the world. Even when you go to any Indian restaurant throughout the world, the dal means it is a pigeon pea dal. And this particular crop has contributed to four important aspects in our daily life. First one, it can contribute to climate resilience by its highly adaptive nature to any of the soil and other environmental condition. It can contribute to the food security mission because, as we know, this is one of the major pulse crop of India, and also it has high protein content, calcium, magnesium, and iron. It can also contribute to the nutritional security. And apart from all these securities, it can also very immensely contribute to the soil health because of its biological nitrogen fixation and very efficient nitrogen use efficiency. And also it's because of very deep lateral roots and the main roots, it can also help in soil carbon pool formation and by helping mainly to carbon capture in the soil. So by this, it can improve the soil CN health ratio and also helps to fix the nitrogen into the soil from atmospheric nitrogen. So when we come to the pigeon pea consumption pattern, so mainly the whole grain consumption is around 10 to 20% throughout the world. And around the green seed or the vegetable, also again around another 10 to 20% contribution. Then pigeon pea flour, that is pasta and noodles made from pigeon pea, is around less than 5%. But the dal or the split seed without coat is around 60 to 70%. That means majorly in the throughout the world, it is consumed as a dal purposes. And again 10 to 20% it is consumed as a whole grain or the green seed. Maybe we can take around whole grain and green seed consumption around 40% and the dal is around 60 to 70%. So based on this pattern consumption, we have different market segment that I will come later on in my presentation. So, but when we come to the crop, actually, it is cultivated globally around 6.35 million hectare, and India alone it contributes to around 4.40 million hectare. The production is around 5.47 million ton throughout the globe and 3.67 around 50% in India itself. The average productivity almost around 861 kg per hectare globally and around 824 kg per hectare. But the major important thing is that one, since the Indian, we consume at least twice a day about this dal, the import, we cannot achieve our Atmanirbharta and pulse, in this particular crop because we are producing less but eating more. So that's why we need to import the pigeon pea from other countries. Nearly around in 2023, we imported almost around 633.83 million million worth dollar. And in 25, I think almost it is reached around 1,000 million importation of pigeon peas because of the weather effects in the production zone of India. So which are the top countries which import pigeon pea actually? So we know India almost in 2024, we imported 834.8 million USD. And again, the second country which import pigeon pea is the United Arab Emirates because of the large Indian population or the Asian population in the United Arab Emirates, almost around 16 million. And this year it reached around $20 million. And United States again 15 million because of the population of Asian origin there. And Nepal also imports around another 12 million USD worth. And some more countries like United Kingdom, around 5.2 million, Canada, Australia, Dominican Republic, France, and Kenya also import pigeon pea because of the Asian population living in those countries. So totally you can see it is very important pulse crop which import many countries import, not just India, but India is the largest importer, but other countries as well. If you take the pigeon pea import trends in India starting from 2015 to 23, 24, 25, it has always been increasing mode. We are not reducing to further. So, but this Atmanirbharta and pulses is mainly to reduce the importation of pigeon pea and improve the pigeon pea production and productivity in India. So with respect to that one, as a ICRISAT, we have the mandate crop as a pigeon pea for our at ICRISAT. So globally around 139 varieties released, 4 hybrids across 20 countries. And this is the only pulse in the world having first hybrid system. And there are 4 commercial hybrid release to date now in India itself. And more than 139 varieties in around 20 to 21 countries according to recent data. As I told, this is one of the mandate crop for ICRISAT, since started in the 1972 as one of the crop breeding programs. To then they have delivered a lot of milestones in pigeon pea breeding by the ICRISAT. And this is we taken from capability statement of ICRISAT in 2024. Our main objective started in 1986 with bringing up new first wilt resistant pigeon pea cultivar, that is Maruti ICP 8863. This is one the landmark cultivar till today. And in 1991 it came with the ICPH8, that is GMS hybrid first. And in 93 we came with the one of the mega variety called as Asha. This is still today one of the major contributing variety to the nation. And in 2004 came with the Hybrid Parent Research Consortium, and 2008 comes with the first CMS hybrid. So then we also have the genomic era in 2011, 17, 18, and 21. There are a lot of improvements happened with the sequencing of this particular crop by ICRISAT. Then in 2023, the government of India funded a major project to the ICRISAT along with the Indian Institute of Pulse Research and State Agriculture Universities to a period of 3 years for bringing the new pigeon pea varieties, improved pigeon pea varieties. I will be talking on this particular project also in the coming slides. And in 2024, we brought the world's first speed breeding protocol, published it in 2024. And in 25, we brought the first speed bred pigeon pea variety, which is also heat tolerant for the summer cultivation. And apart from this, as ICRISAT, we also works in the Eastern Southern Africa. There are around 36 varieties released in 8 East African countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique. But there is a big revolution of pigeon pea happened in the Malawi country, where the 4.6 folds increase in pigeon pea production and 2.3 fold increase in productivity happened from the last 20 years because of the ICRISAT bred pigeon pea varieties in that country. And that success has also spread to other countries like Zambia and Mozambique. And also there are other new pigeon pea varieties which are coming now for our East African program. So this is one of the global impact of our ICRISAT pigeon pea breeding program across Asia and African continent. To current, when you take the challenges in pigeon pea production, mainly in the rainy season I'm talking, since we are growing rainy, post-rainy and summer condition, summer irrigated ecologies. So now we are classifying just what are those challenges in pigeon pea production in rainy season. So in the recent past, we are seeing a lot of Phytophthora blight happening for the pigeon pea because of the waterlogging. And also we are seeing dried root rot, pod borer, Fusarium wilt, stolty mosaic, and the pod fly. And waterlogging and drought and heat are the abiotic stresses also causing the pigeon pea and mainly heavily affecting its production and productivity in India. So this year a lot of waterlogging happened, and after that Phytophthora affected it. Maybe around 30-40% of the pigeon pea area gone in these two particular diseases. But when we come to post-rainy and summer, to date there are not many varieties or the no varieties which were bred for production in post-rainy and summer condition. So we studied what are those major challenges in production of pigeon pea in the rainy and post-rainy, because from last 50-60 years we concentrated on producing the varieties and hybrids for the rainy season. So in that, first major thing is that it is highly photoperiod sensitive. Because of that photoperiod sensitivity, it will goes for agronomic doping. That means if you change the date of planting for the pigeon pea, it will going to reduce its height, and again it will affect its production and productivity in the season. Then second one is, since it is only bred for the rainy season, if you go for post rainy and summer, it will go 50 to more than 50 to 60% in seed shriveling, and it is controlled by some of the genetic traits in that one. Then another one is, since it has grown only in the rainy season, it also affects with the cold tolerance during seedling and the during seedling stage. And later the heat tolerance, if you want to do specifically in summer condition, it has to tolerate the heat condition. So that's why these are some of the major important factor affecting the pigeon pea production in the rainy and post-rainy condition. Then second one, as I told, this consumption pattern of pigeon pea, it has mainly dal is consumed around 70%. So ICRISAT breeds the high quality split grain pigeon pea that is called as market segment 1, specifically for Asian market and Southeast Asia. So we put our 70% of the breeding effort on developing these kind of pigeon pea varieties in the market. Then second one, as I told, around 30 to 40% of the pigeon pea consumed as a whole grain or also as a vegetable. mainly in the eastern southern Africa, and our breeding program focuses on 30% producing the vegetable pigeon pea to the market. And so like this, the pigeon pea we have 70% to the split grain and 30% to the vegetable pigeon peas. So what are our major objectives is that when we deliver the climate resilient, disease tolerant high yielding dal varieties, and we also breed for medium and mid early varieties to early varieties and super early climate resilient varieties as well. And mainly we also focuses on breeding the hybrid pigeon peas. So these are some of the major breeding objectives which we work on. So those major objectives divided into 4 target product profile. That means that defines our breeding targets for that particular zone or the target product profiles here. So in target profile 1, we breed for medium duration cultivars which are resistant to disease and tolerance to pest. And in target product profile 2, we deliver the mid early to early duration climate resilient varieties. And in target profile 3, we do for super early, that is a very early maturing pigeon pea variety. And in the target product profile 4, we breed for the hybrid parental lines and the hybrid for early duration group. So in all the 3 target product profile, what we do is the first 3 target product profile, we breed mainly varieties, and the 4th one, we breed the hybrid pigeon peas. As I told in the previous slide, the pigeon pea is one unique pulse where we have both varietal system and the hybrid system in the world. And Ecrisat was the one which bred first commercial pigeon pea hybrids and brought into the commercial cultivation. So again, when we go for the varieties with appropriate maturity groups for the first 3 target product profile, we go for building very high yielding pigeon pea varieties, and we also look for appropriate maturity groups for different climatic zones. And we breed for wilt and stolty mosaic disease, and one of the must have traits. Most of the lines which coming from our breeding program will have wilt and SMD resistant, and also 100 seed weight of around 9 to 11 grams. So once we breed these breeding lines, to speed breeding, to single seed descent method, we go for yield testing program. And once yield testing program will go to the acquis system here in India, and also the target product target testing in our eastern southern Africa region. And in hybrid pigeon pea program, we have the seed parental program that is developing the new female lines or the Milster line. And second one is the restorer lines. So we do for separately for seed parents and the restore program, then we go for combining them into make test cross and produce the commercial hybrid testing. But for our East Africa breeding program, what we do is we mainly concentrate on breeding the short, medium and long duration pigeon pea varieties with a very white cream color, because since it is go for the large whole grain consumption, and also it is consumed in the green stage. So red one is not prepared in our East African community. So that's why we go for breeding completely different kind of product segment into our East African program. For India, mostly we will breed for the red grain one, but for Western Southern Africa, we do for the white grain ones. And here majorly we are we also concentrate breeding mainly on grain yield under drought condition, then resistant to Fusarium wilt, leaf spot and pod borer plot fly, and improved protein content, de-hulling percent for the vegetable purposes. And also we breed for making them suitable for intercropping with appropriate panology and ratoonability. And also we look for suitable mechanical harvesting introduction rates in our East African program. So these are some of the basic introduction about the crop. As I told, this pigeon pea is one of the important crop for India. Specifically, the government of India putting effort on improving its production and productivity. So now my presentation will concentrate on how to improve its production and productivity. Mainly there are 2 strategies government of India follows, that is vertical expansion and the horizontal expansion of the areas. So what is vertical expansion means? Here mainly in major pigeon pea growing areas, we are introducing the early maturing disease resistant climate resilient variety and also hybrids. This can give yield up to around 30 to 40% higher than the current varieties in early maturity duration. Then popularization of good agriculture practices, mainly the demonstration purposes, and the improved farm equipments or the processing unit to reduce the post-harvest losses in the Atmanirbharta and pulses. Then capacity building of farmer through transport technology and increasing the seed replacement rate to around 45% and variety replacements within 5 years of time, and also promote micro irrigation, micronutrient, IPM and INM practices for the vertical expansion. And this vertical expansion mainly concentrate in the rainy season. And in the horizontal expansion, specifically bringing the new area into the pigeon pea cultivation. As I told, pigeon pea is mostly we concentrated on breeding varieties and hybrid for the rainy season, but we also need to have more area to meet the global domestic demand of the pigeon pea for India. So we need to bring major area into the horizontal expansion by adding pigeon pea to the non-traditional area and also low productive district across India. And intercropping of pigeon pea with food grain crops, oilseed crops, and commercial crops in the post-rainy and summer irrigated ecology, and pigeon pea newly completed big irrigation project across India, and pigeon pea in rice fallows. So our main concentration here in vertical expansion and horizontal expansion. I will show how that Cresat is contributing to this vertical expansion and horizontal expansion of area in pigeon pea. Then next, when come to tools and technologies to accelerate the genetic gain in pigeon pea, or in any crop actually, there are major tips to win for this particular purpose. First thing, you need to drive efficiency in your breeding program. Basically, because breeding is a number game, and take a balanced approach to optimize the resources which available in any of the breeding programs, either it is a KISAT or national program partners. And next is choose what is relevant. Many enabling technologies are there, machine processes are there, and analytic tools also available, but choose what is relevant to that, particularly when you are selecting the material. Then germplasm is the key. Don't depend only on the ready-made germplasm. Create your own and unique one. And think out of the box, that is plant architecture and value-added trait like that. And these are some of the tips to win, particularly in any crop breeding program you take. But specifically when we come to pigeon pea, I will concentrate some of the very important aspect here. For example, if you take the rate of genetic gain or the breeder equation, when you take here, it is it is inversely proportional to the number of years. Actually, you can see rate of genetic gain I is y here. So that means what happens when you have the number of generations per year is very important thing in that one. If you take pigeon pea as a crop, specifically before we standardize the speed breeding protocol for pigeon pea, we used to take only one generation per year because of its photosensitivity and also duration. So there, if you take only one generation per year, just think about bringing a line. It almost takes around 12 to 15 years to bring a particular variety into the market. So that's why that is the main important constraint. And also we don't have the germplasm or the breeding line available for the other areas to introduce either in post rainy and rainy season. And for this particular purpose, actually, you can see breeding, rapid generation, turnout, molecular tools, precision phenotyping, and analytic. These are some important things for the accelerating genetic gain. But one particular aspect will concentrate on the rapid generation turnaround time. And next is also about the precision phenotyping in selecting your breeding material in different environmental conditions. For this, we have to thank our Government of India and also Government of Odisha for specifically funding this kind of project to ICSAT and the partners. So this is first global pigeon pea network to deliver higher genetic gain from our Government of India, funded in 2023. Where this particular project is a network project led by ICRISAT in collaboration with IIPR Kanpur and all the 13 state agriculture universities across India, starting from Punjab to Karnataka. So here, as I told, we are mainly concentrating on the breeding varieties for vertical expansion areas in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh. And for horizontal area expansion, we are working on Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. And apart from this horizontal area expansion, we also working in the Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh. So we'll show how this new product line which you brought and as can be expanded to the horizontal area expansion in the pigeon pea. Then we also have another very international collaboration which connects between the Eastern Southern Africa. That is called as Vision for Adopted Crops and Soils. This is funded by the UK government, and mainly we concentrate on breeding early maturing pigeon pea varieties for Kenya, Tanzania, Malawi, and Mozambique, and these are our partners for global collaboration. And very recently, we also have one more project which connects both India, Africa, and the United Kingdom. mainly working with the University of Nottingham and University of Warwick. This is funded by UK CGIAR Center, mainly to bring early maturing pigeon pea varieties with climate smart root system. That means this particularly mainly concentrate on breeding pigeon pea varieties which heat tolerant, and also bring that rhizobium which can tolerate to the heat condition in collaboration with the two state agriculture universities in India and two countries in Eastern Southern Africa, Kenya and Malawi. So we are breeding new pigeon pea varieties which contribute to both India and Africa. And our Government of India project contribute to India, and WAX program contribute to Eastern Southern Africa. So these three global network system will help in precision phenotyping our material, which will bring it to the horizontal area expansion in the post-rainy and summer irrigated ecologies. So first innovation among this, particularly improving the genetic gain in pigeon pea, is that we have standardized the speed breeding protocol in pigeon pea. To date, it is one of the world's first of its kind in pulses, and specifically in pigeon pea when we are targeting about the perennial crops like pigeon pea, which is highly photosensitive and thermosensitive here. So as I told, the breeding cycle takes around 7 years, testing takes around 3 to 4 years, and release takes again about 1 to 3 years. If you need to bring a cultivar in earlier days, it is to take 13 to 15 years. With the breeding, with the developing the speed breeding protocol in different maturity groups, we can take up to 4 generations per year instead of 1 generation. Even in mid-early and longer duration, we are taking up to 3 generations per year at the time. So you can see the genetic gain has an accelerated from 1 generation to 4 generations with taking the turnover cycle of pigeon peas. And this is the protocol we published in the Nature Plant Methods, and it is free, open access available. Whoever interested on speed breeding protocol development, they can also visit ICRISAT, and also you can see download this particular protocol we developed for the pigeon pea. And at ICRISAT, we have a speed breeding facility which is inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Dr. Narendra Modi ji. And it has a facility contains around 20-meter length and 8.4-meter breadth, and it is a fully automated lights with yellow spectra temperature photo period. And it also monitor nutrient and irrigation regimes, accommodate around 15,000 plants in one cycle. And we can go from long duration up to two cycle per year, and early and mid early we can take up to 4 generation per year. So with this, breeding cycle has reduced from 7 to 3 years. You can see almost half, more than half has been reduced in breeding cycle using the speed breeding facility. And with the network program in India at our global and also network program at India funded from Government of India, we standardized the rapid cycle genomic selection method for ICRISAT, where for all the partners in India and for ICRISAT with early maturing pigeon pea, wherein we are further reducing the time taken for selecting a particular variety. Speed breeding has reduced from 7 to 4 years to 7 to 3 years. And speed breeding plus rapid cycle genomic selection enables the parent selection. That is early selection of the best parent and recycling them to breed new varieties, that is taken from 4 to 3 years. And now the cross to cultivar reduced from almost 13 years to just 5 years. That is less than the half actually. So you can see breeding cycle, testing cycle, release and notification new variety takes maximum around 5 years now. So this is the impact of speed breeding and rapid cycle genomic selection of bringing new pigeon pea varieties to the market in the current era at ICRISAT and our partners. So this is about the how that genetic gain when we enhance it through particularly using speed breeding and using the molecular markers for rapid cycle genomic selection. So now we are going for another strategy for improving the pigeon pea productivity within the rainy season, specifically the hybrid pigeon pea. As I told varieties, we know many of us we are doing very good variety program in India, but we are lacking a hybrid pigeon pea which is commercially available now. So ICRISAT is bringing the new hybrid pigeon pea program with early maturity with the funding support from Government of India. So there are hybrids, there are 4 5 hybrid released, but none of them have moved to a very prominent area in Indian system. So there are some opportunities available in pigeon pea. Specifically, I'm talking about the vertical expansion because the hybrid superiority is more than 30 to 50%. That means if the variety give around 1.5 ton per hectare, hybrid can give up to 2.5 to 3 ton per hectare within the area available for variety or the hybrid. And specifically, what are those existing opportunities in pigeon pea is that there is a yield superiority when you take the hybrid. There are also CMS availability is there, resistant to biotic stresses is available, high dal recovery is there, farmer acceptance is there, and public-private partnership. And more than that, government also support hybrid pigeon pea in India. But there are some also challenges. These are the opportunities, but challenges are also there because the earlier hybrids which were in the medium duration or the long duration, like 2740 hybrid at Picrisat, 2671, and also the some of 3762 hybrids. Some of them were CMS breakdown happen in the seed production plots because of their thermo-insensitivity and photo-insensitivity problem. And hybrid maturity duration was almost more than 200 days per dose, so it needs irrigation. And woody growth difficult to spray and harvest because of its woody growth and highly photo and thermosensitive. Seed production restricted to the rainy season. Hybrid cost also become very much for the production system, and hybrid seed purity is a challenging because of its longer duration and cold storage issues with hybrid cold storage, because once we produce the rainy season, then you have to wait and at least another 365 days to sell that particular hybrid in the market, then less net return to the companies. So these are some of the issues. That's why the private seed industry did not put much effort on taking this hybrid to the next level. But how to overcome these problems of hybrid pigeon pea? If you see the successful hybrid programs in maize, pearl millet, sunflower, mustard, and vegetable cross, they're very important. That one, they very important is that they have the highly cross-pollinated crops, and they have the system well developed by the national programs, ICRISAT, and also the private seed industry. So that's why you don't see any problem with those crops where we have the hybrid system taken care by the private industry. But for pigeon pea, although we have required trait variability in germplasm, we have hybrid in early duration, stable CMS system, photothermo insensitive parents are available. High performance of parents are, you can see seed production in the off season is possible. Well-defined seed and restore parent sets are available. Flower traits amenable to higher cross-pollination available in pigeon pea. Then we also have the capping and maturity duration like early to medium duration available, and active participation of the private industry also there. But in spite of all of that, the hybrid seed production cannot be taken in the off season like pearl millet, mainly because there are issues with the photoinsensitivity and thermosensitivity issues. So now ICRISAT brought the new pigeon pea hybrids which can be produced in the post-rainy and summer condition. Exactly look at the pearl millet here now. So pearl millet, we have the system of high height male and the dwarf females. Like that, you can see the dwarf females and the high height males which are available in ICRISAT pigeon pea breeding program to take up to the next level now. And we also standardize the seed parents program that is breeding CMS lines with high crossability. Then also we have the open pollination system and dwarf females, and they also have the highly heat tolerance and non-seed sibling because they have non-photosensitivity and SMD resistant in there. Then more than that, they also have the good general combining ability and also go for the high seed yield. And they also have a cold tolerant open flower amenable to cross pollination. Then also we have a annuality, that means amenable to mechanical harvesting and one-time harvestable types. So these are some of the seed parent. Then also we have the restorer parent program where we also bred the same like photoinsensitivity, heat tolerance, wilt SMD resistant, good GCA. Then open flower type, annuality, high pollen production and NDT growth, and plant height of 130 to 150 centimeter. So now the question is whether the hybrid pigeon pea commercial seed production is possible. This is the recent photo monitoring by our Dr. Shivareji from our Bhopal Center, that is the National Pulse Board from Bhopal. So they have evaluated, they have monitored our hybrid pigeon pea across south and central zones. So we got a very good hybrid production now. Now this is the first commercial hybrid we are bringing after the medium duration ones, that is the early maturing ones with the ICPH 25999. So we just produced this particular hybrid in the current rainy season. You can see the pearl millet model here, the short female and the long males, and also both mature at the same time with the duration of around 120 days and highly heat tolerant. They can tolerate up to 45 degrees centigrade under summer irrigated ecologies. So this is one of the very high vertical expandable hybrid. This can also give up to around 2.5 to 3 ton per hectare in the farmer field. with the improved irrigation and agronomic management practices. And this hybrid can also be grown in either post-rainy summer or the irrigated ecologies and also in the rainy season. So this is the new innovation we brought for horizontal expansion of the pigeon pea in India now. So next, due to time constraint, I'll be moving on to the challenges in pigeon pea production in post-rainy and summer. So this is the horizontal area expansion strategies. This is one of the very innovative strategy we brought in ICRISAT for the area expansion of pigeon pea, because as I told, we need to move the both vertical expansion and horizontal expansion of the area. For vertical, we are breeding the hybrids with very high yield under the rainy season. For horizontal area expansion, also we are bringing the hybrid and also varieties which can tolerate up to 45 degrees centigrade. So now this, if you go for post rainy and summer, there are no, as I told, there are no varieties which are commercially released or bred for this one. So we started this program in 2022, and we brought with the varieties which are photoperiod insensitive to meet these challenges: seed shriveling and cold storage. Cold tolerance at the seedling stage and also at the heat tolerance. So these are the four major steps we taken care in our breeding program to bring the new pigeon pea varieties to the market, specifically for horizontal area expansion in post rainy and summer. In that case, first what we did is we did the protocol for developing the seed shriveling in pigeon pea. Specifically, we classified those into 5 classes, and also we brought the new machinery that can segregate your material into class 1 to class 5. And in class 1 to class 5, what happens is class 1 and 2 is fine with 100 to 80% of germination. But class 3, 4, and 5, if it goes severe seed shriveling, it will not germinate actually. This is the major challenge in pigeon pea. So we came up with the varieties which have class 1 now, that will be showing in my next slides. And also we standardize and screen pigeon pea seedling for cold tolerance. We standardize and known that one pigeon pea at the seedling stage can tolerate up to 10 degrees centigrade to 15 degrees centigrade. And if the states with seedling cold tolerance at around 10 to 15 centigrade can be taken care during the growth period in winter. Specifically in Chhattisgarh, Bihar, and Jharkhand, we are targeting the rice fallow pigeon peas, and also in Odisha state where we have this kind of temperature available. And also we did a screening for seedling stage cold tolerance, and we brought with again 5 classes in this one. And class 1 and class 2 are best for for the cold tolerance. You can see the class 1 having very good germination under the very cold temperature of 10 to 15 degrees centigrade, and class 2 also come. Plus class 3, class 4, and 5 don't class 3 germinate, but it will not become into seedling stage. But class 5, again, it is a redundant seed available. So now ICRISAT brought a new pigeon pea lines for summer irrigated ecologies with the tolerable temperatures up to 10 to 15 degrees centigrade under for class 1 and class 2. So these particular varieties we also tested in the rice fallows in Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, and Jharkhand last year. And we brought with the new these cold tolerant pigeon pea varieties. You can see the height of those varieties, and they can give up to around 900 to 1 ton per hectare in the rice fallows. So again, this is one of the important factors. After the rainy rice fallow, we can go for pigeon pea and take within 90 to 100 days with a yield of around 1 ton per hectare. That can enhance our pigeon pea production in India for our Atmanirbharta and pulses. Then next is we also bought the heat tolerant pigeon pea, and we optimized the screening protocol for pigeon pea. A pigeon pea can tolerate up to 45 degrees centigrade. And from last 35 years of temperatures regimes in ICRISAT and also around the region, we found out that in March, April, May, June, the temperature goes up to 45 degrees centigrade, and we started planting in the mid December to January 1st. Then we flowering coincides in the March starting with 40 to 45 degrees centigrade. Then we study how many plants will flower and how many will get the non-shriveling seed, and also get the pod temperatures. So as I told, this particular innovative work we started screening in 22. If you see the number of lines screened in 22, we screened around 1,000 lines, but we got only 40 tolerant lines. In 23, we screened 4,100 lines, we got 101. And 24, we screened 7,000 lines, and we got 150 lines. And in 2025, we can see we screened 10,000 lines, we got the 5,000 lines with heat tolerance. So starting from 40 to 5,000, you can just imagine how much effort we have kept for breeding these particular varieties, which can tolerate the heat particularly during the flowering period. And you see some of the segregants, you can see how much yield they are giving under high heat conditions. So see that from 1,000 to 10,000, from 40 to 5,000 lines we brought with high heat tolerance, with remaining all cold tolerance, non-sheet shriveling, photoinsensitivity and thermoinsensitivity in them. So now when we come to outcome of this particular heat tolerant pigeon pea, so we see what are those outcomes here. The heat tolerant pigeon pea, we call it as early. It should be 120 days. Before 120 days, it has to mature and complete its life cycle because it needs irrigation. So farmers can give 3 to 4 irrigation during the summer. And it should be photoinsensitive, 100% pollen fertility during the heat condition, and 60 to 85% of pod conversion rate, and 100 seed weight of 9 to 12 gram. And it also should have annuality, that is synchronous maturity and synchronous flowering and reduced seed shriveling. In the picture, you can also see some of the line under heat tolerant conditions. Some lines won't flower at all because of their photo and thermo sensitivity. And some plants which will normally gives very good flower and also pod setting. So that we call it as a heat tolerant pigeon pea here. So among that heat tolerant pigeon pea, we tested one particular variety which we bred through speed breeding by bringing very quick into the market of 25444, that is tested in the Bagalkot region of Karnataka, where it tested under last 2025 rainy season in around 1 hectare, and also we tested across several districts of Odisha, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Jharkhand. We found this particular line is highly heat tolerant and matures within 120 days. And this particular screening also done in summer at RARS Warangal with Dr. Sandhya Kishore. And you can see the lines performance under very high heat conditions in Warangal around 45 degrees centigrade. And Vijaypura, that is another northern part of Karnataka, where it also temperature goes to more than 40 to 45 degrees centigrade, where also tested and confirmed heat tolerant. And very recently in May, under the leadership of Dr. Himanshu Pathak sir, we have just identified this particular ICPV 25344 as a world's first heat tolerant pigeon pea for horizontal area expansion under the pigeon peas. And more on this one is we also produced the 25444 seed production in summer 25 under the Karnataka State Seed Corporation. And the farmer has been awarded in this particular for bringing the world's first pigeon pea growing under the heat tolerant condition under the leadership of our Honorable Director General. And this particular variety offers a very great contribution to the horizontal area expansion of pigeon pea. And it's one of the world's first of its kind and can be grown in any season of the year, unlike other varieties, and it can yield up to 2,000 to 2,500 kg per hectare under irrigated and high input management condition. And the area expansion can be achieved up to 1 to 1.5 million hectare in next 4 to 5 years with this particular variety. And we must thank the government of India for funding this particular kind of work, and also the government of Odisha which support this particular work for bringing pigeon pea of this kind innovative to the vertical and horizontal area expansion. And these are our donors and also contributor to some of the major work for ICRISAT and our partners. We must thank from my wholeheartedly for all our partners who test our material, and also the government of Odisha, government of India, government of Karnataka, and all the private seed industry which supports ICRISAT hybrid breeding work for vertical and horizontal expansion. So thank you. Thank you for listening to this presentation. So if any questions, I can take now. Thank you again. नंदिनी जी,
जो भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, बहुत बेहतरीन लेक्चर को प्रेजेंट किया सर ने। पिजन पी की एक एक चीज को सामने रखा पार्टिसिपेंट्स के। अब अगर आपको ये लगता है कि कोई डाउट है इस पर्टिकुलर पीपीटी में, पिजन पी के किसी एस्पेक्ट में, कोई पार्टिसिपेंट्स, हमारे सारे साइंटिस्ट, प्रिंसिपल साइंटिस्ट, सीनियर साइंटिस्ट, है ना, डीन डायरेक्टर्स तक इस फैकल्टी, इस विंटर स्कूल का पार्ट है, तो सर पिजन पी का सर के पास एक बहुत बेहतरीन अनुभव है, बहुत अच्छा काम किया है उन्होंने क्रिकेट में, काफी वेराइटीज डेवलप करी हैं, और मैं कह सकता हूं कि एक बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन था, बहुत सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी प्रेजेंटेशन था। अब किसी का अगर कोई डाउट है, कोई पूछना चाहता है इसमें, तो वो अपने आप को म्यूट अनम्यूट करके बात कर सकते हैं सर।
एंड अगर किसी को अपनी क्वेरी टाइप करनी है, दे कैन ऑल्सो टाइप देयर क्वेरी इन द चैट बॉक्स. रोहित जी, प्लीज अलाउ एवरीवन so that everyone can speak and type their messages. And please see ये
ये
कौन
कौन श्रीमान जी हैं जो बोल रहे हैं? आप प्लीज अपने आप को म्यूट करिए, आपसे व्यवस्था बिगड़ रही है।
हेलो सर।
हेलो, बोलिए।
सर, आई एम डॉक्टर दिलीप सर फ्रॉम subject matter specialist in ICR Krida Institute.
Okay.
Sir, in Tandur area that we have conducting a model pulse village and CFLD pulse program, sir, that the farmers were facing problem for a delay of flower. The variety that we have given for TDRG 59 to our farmers. That report repeatedly the farmers were giving the feedback was due to a heavy rains that the flowering was delayed for a 10 to 15 days. What is the reason for that?
Thank you, Dilip ji. So in this case, I can tell you this TDRG 59 is also Ecrisat bed variety.
Answer.
And the second thing is this is a long duration variety. It can go up to 200 to it can go up to 200 days actually. And
Okay.
another problem is this year we got heavy rainfall and also waterlogging condition. And now suddenly it has started the winter conditions actually.
Okay, sir.
So the pigeon pea to flower under long duration is it has to pass a little bit of cold environment actually. So once it passes through cold, it will start flowering because it will start from October. I think
Oh,
hopefully that variety will start flowering in October onwards.
okay, sir. Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
thank you.
we have got questions like how can we increase the productivity of pulses like pigeon pea in the hills of Uttarakhand? As you already know, that hill productivity is less as compared to plains.
Yeah. No, I think thank you. Specifically, I can say one word here. I did not present most on our what we did for Uttarakhand. So specifically now for Uttarakhand, we brought a specific pigeon pea variety which matures within 90 days and can give up to 1.2 ton per hectare as per our last 3 years of testing with Uttarakhand Agriculture University and also I think Almora we are doing the KVK Almora. So I think specifically if you can those kind of particular varieties other than which you are going for long or medium duration cultivars which cannot offer that much yield advantage in those kind of condition, you can use the extra early maturing pigeon pea varieties which you brought which are about to release in the very soon in Uttarakhand. Yeah.
Next
सर
question we have got. Okay, someone is speaking.
सर ये कृष्णा पदागुप्त स्पीकिंग.
Mm-hmm.
सर वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल. हैप्पी चिल्ड्रन डे.
Thank you.
We are always children with respect to our Indian great personalities like you and other scientists. So sir, everything said by you, there is no another question, but I think मैं थोड़ा बोलना चाहता हूँ, थोड़ा बोल लेता हूँ सर.
बोलिए बोलिए.
It's a sir very satisfactory training that we get in the scenario of Indian agriculture. And I think today those students are present in this meeting or training. Those are passionate about agriculture like India resilient crops. And they are like sir bullets. There is no foundation and no can stop them. But yes, we need some direction. And today is very thankful to our Ankur sir. The name told the story. Our beloved Ankur sir. और सर मेरा थोड़ा एक ये था कि सर जो स्टूडेंट्स मतलब those students are like doing job in private sector and went to agriculture development sector, a major shift. How can they re-accelerate and with new aspect? मतलब सर ये थोड़ा हड़बड़ी में बोल दिया सर। आई
ये
वांट टू
क्वेश्चन है,
नो
ये
दैट
क्वेश्चन है कि आपका आंसर है, ये समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं।
क्वेश्चन सर
अच्छा, क्वेश्चन
प्लीज
है।
सर
अच्छा,
क्वेश्चन। व्हाट इज द सूत्र ऑफ री-एक्सेलरेशन विथ न्यू एस्पेक्ट?
देखिए भाई, मैं आपको बताऊं कि इस फोरम पे आपकी ये बात बहुत अच्छी है और आप एक बहुत अच्छे वक्ता भी हैं। हम सर की ईमेल आईडी आपको दे देंगे, आप सर से बात कर लीजिएगा। आप पिजन पी
यस सर,
ब्रीडिंग से रिलेटेड अगर कोई क्वेश्चन यहाँ पूछेंगे तो मैं बड़ा अप्रिशिएट करूंगा उस चीज को।
सर हाँ तो बात यह है कि सर जो पिजन पे हो रहा है तो हमारा जो झारखंड, मेरा सर झारखंड से सटा हुआ एरिया है। मैं सर ये थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलता हूँ। और झारखंड से सटा हुआ एरिया है। झारखंड में जो पूरा एकदम आप पकड़ के चले पूरा ट्राइबल एरिया है। आज ज्यादातर अपलैंड स्लोलैंड्स ज्यादा है। यहाँ पे इरिगेशन कम है, ग्राउंड वाटर लेवल भी थोड़ा कम है। तो इस जो आज टॉपिक में बताया गया था हम लोगों को, जो बोल रहे हैं सर आप, तो ये हमारे एरिया के लिए खूब ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। और नेक्स्ट चीज जो आपने बताया, जो इम्पोर्ट हम लोग को ज्यादा करना पड़ रहा है, तो अगर इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर अगर इस एरिया में, जैसे छत्तीसगढ़ हुआ, झारखंड हुआ, वेस्ट बंगाल का सटा हुआ 3 डिस्ट्रिक्ट हुआ, तो इसमें अगर काम होगा तो लगता है सर यहाँ का जो फार्मर का लाइवलीहुड है, जो अभी तक डिपेंडेंट नहीं है, ज्यादातर यहाँ पे माइग्रेंट लेबर्स ही हैं जो बाहर काम करने जाते हैं, क्योंकि उन लोगों को एग्रीकल्चर में प्रॉफिटेबल नहीं दिखता है। तो इसके हिसाब से सर ये तो बहुत बढ़िया प्रेजेंटेशन था। नेक्स्ट सर हम तो कांटेक्ट करेंगे, ये वैसे जरूर कांटेक्ट करेंगे सर मेल में।
ठीक है जी, thank you. I think we are also, as I told, we are also doing for Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Bihar. So these new varieties will also benefit to your state.
Is there
Hello,
anyone who
sir.
wants to speak?
Hello.
Someone is speaking.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Good evening. I'm Mopia from West Bengal. I'm a student, sir. So I basically there is some confusion that you have mentioned the hybrid seed production in off season, and you have comparing it with the palm yield, sir. So I don't understand this thing.
No, actually, why I show means pigeon hybrids are not there in the market now, but we also have, there are several variety hybrids released in India. So why we compared means Permeate is the one of the best hybrid model available in India. So we are breeding like Permeate hybrid in pigeon pea. That was the slide which I shown actually.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
There is another question in our chat box that ICRISAT has launched a pigeon pea speed breeding protocol. May I know its effect on traditional practice and there is any effect on genes by speed breeding protocol method?
Up to now, we did not see anything. But more than that, as I told, we have already developed many pigeon pea varieties coming through speed breeding. And among that, this 2.444 is also one among them. No any such effect of speed breeding on anything on pigeon pea right now.
May I know the location, sir, on which the crop which has been released is suitable in which state?
No, it is actually developed by what you call line for the summer irrigated ecologies. So we tested in Odisha, Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. So
Okay, yes, sir.
if anybody want to test, they can test in wherever the countries where the heat agriculture ecologies. But the must have condition is if you are going other than the rainy season, you have to have irrigation.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any port borer hybrid available?
Pod borer hybrid available.
Yeah, this is the question.
Pod borer resistant or pod borer hybrid?
Resistant.
Yeah, not yet, I think.
The major issue in pigeon pea is flower drop. So any strategy for that so fruiting set can increase?
Now, with increasing the tolerance to biotic and abiotic stresses, we can increase the flower dropping percentage.
Any more questions? I think it was a wonderful lecture, sir, and thank you so much,
Hello.
sir, for illuminating. Okay, there is one more. We were
Hello.
going to end the session.
Actually, I'm from West Bengal,
Mhm.
and there is a dry belt in West Bengal where it can be successfully grown, this PGNP.
Yeah.
So, if farmer wants to grow, we can have some seed for small quantity so that we can test here whether this variety does well or not.
Seeds are available both for varieties and hybrid. You can just send an email or contact ICRISAT website. Or
Okay.
even Dr. Ankur can also provide my contact email ID. You can contact me for seeds. We are
Okay,
already doing this season for in West Bengal as well.
Okay. Who is having? If the variety is available to any source in West Bengal,
If
who
you
is
are
having?
State Agriculture University or KVK, we can provide the material with by signing the SMTL. But if you are for private industry, then you may need to join the ICRISAT consortium for taking the seed.
Okay. This is from SAU and this is for farmers' interest only.
Yeah, for SAU, definitely will give the seed.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
सुरेखा मैडम, आप कुछ पूछना चाह रहे हैं क्या? सुरेखा मैडम, चलिए कोई बात नहीं, अगर किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन रह जाता है तो हम जो हमारा ऑफिशियल व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है फैकल्टी और साइंटिस्ट का, उसमें हम सर की ईमेल आईडी प्रोवाइड कर देंगे। तो जो भी रिलेवेंट क्वेश्चन हो आप ईमेल पे उन्हें भेज सकते हैं और वो ईमेल को पढ़ते हैं और ईमेल पे रिस्पॉन्ड भी करते हैं। तो कंक्लूडिंग
सर,
रिमार्क जैसा, सुरेखा मैडम प्लीज आप कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं?
सर, हाँ जी, वो अभी ना हम लोग ट्रायल बेसिस पे PGNP 9 एकर्स में कल्टिवेट कर रहे हैं, हार्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं। बट देन ग्रोथ तो अच्छा आ रही है, बट ना फ्लावरिंग अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ है, अभी तक तो हो जाना था। तो वो थोड़ा सा एक डाउट है, व्हाई एक्चुअली इज इट हैपनिंग। तो
आप कौन सा वैरायटी ग्रो कर रहे हैं?
जो रेगुलर है एंड इट्स अ हाइब्रिड वैरायटी बिकॉज फार्मर्स हैव ऑलरेडी गॉट इट फ्रॉम देयर రైతు కేంద్రం.
Which state?
Telangana, sir.
Oh, Telangana. Okay.
Near Moinabad, actually, we are doing it.
No, actually, this year is a problem in all Telangana, Karnataka, and Andhra because of heavy rainfall.
Right.
Even the winter just now started, I think, in November.
Right.
Earlier it used to be 7. Hopefully, this another 2 weeks you may start flowering.
Okay. Are there any measures which we can take now? Because it is nearly 50 acres in this village, they are actually doing a PGNP only.
So, how many days from sowing now?
It has been almost 210 days.
Or 210 days?
Sir.
I think you are nearer to Warangal Center, RARS Warangal?
Yes, yes.
I think can you ask that breeder to come and see there actually? I don't know why, if it is 210 days, why it's not flowering.
Yeah, that's what actually we were wondering because at least in the 90 days, it has to start doing it 110 days. But
Yeah,
it's
but
still.
for medium and long duration, it starts from 120 to 130 days.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that's the one doubt which we have. So if I can come and probably so get some guidance where exactly they can come and check the plan.
Yeah, I think you can just contact the RARS Warangal Center.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I'll do that, sir.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir, good evening, sir. Is there fertilizer application also affect the flowering process in PGNP?
I think if you put 2-3 times as nitrogen, I think it will start growing into more on vegetative than flowering.
Vegetative growth. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
अब मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई क्वेश्चन चैट बॉक्स में है या कोई पार्टिसिपेंट्स की क्वेरी है। इवन मैंने कहा भी है कि आपके पास
महाराष्ट्र
ईमेल
के लिए
सर्कुलर
जो है, हेलो सर, एक क्वेश्चन है चैट बॉक्स में दिया हुआ, महाराष्ट्र रीजन के लिए विल्ट और एसएमवी रेजिस्टेंट कोई वैरायटी, और दूसरा ये जो ICP-V 25444 है, ये विल्ट SMV के लिए रेजिस्टेंट है सर?
Yeah, this is tolerant to both SMD and wilt.
ठीक है, मुझे नहीं लगता कि अब कोई क्वेश्चन चैट बॉक्स में भी है, और कोई पार्टिसिपेंट्स सब सेटिस्फाइड हैं। बहुत बेहतरीन प्रेजेंटेशन सर का था। सर के लिए मैं जरूर ये कहूंगा कि एक इतने हम्बल और पोलाइट पर्सनैलिटी हैं कि जब भी मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि डॉक्टर साहब आपको लेक्चर देना है, ये मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है, तो सर ने कभी ना कोई डिनाई किया, हम्बली उसको एक्सेप्ट किया, और हमेशा ये कहा कि साइंस सोसाइटी के बीच में जानी चाहिए और सोसाइटी उससे बेनिफिटेड होनी चाहिए। ये सर का हमेशा मोटो रहा, और हंस के हर चीज को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, कभी किसी चीज को लिए कोई तनाव नहीं लेते, स्ट्रेस नहीं लेते। मेरे बड़े भाई जैसे हैं और हमारे बहुत अच्छे मित्र भी हैं। और सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आपने हमारे अनुरोध पे, हमारे रिक्वेस्ट पे आपने लेक्चर डिलीवर किया, और आगे भी इस तरीके से आपका सपोर्ट बना रहेगा, ऐसी हम उम्मीद करते हैं।
Sure, sure. If
ठीक है,
anything is there, you can call me anytime. We'll come.
डेफिनेटली, थैंक यू सो मच सर। और सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स लीव कर सकते हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। गुड नाइट, जय श्री राम।
Good night. Jai Shri Ram.